Okay, yeah, so should I start with the
Yes.
karakia? Sweet. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick karakia and then we can get started. So manawa mai te mauri nuku, manawa mai te mauri rangi, ko te mauri kei au he mauri tupua, ka pakaru mai te pou, tau mai te mauri, haumie, huie, tai kie.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can you explain the meaning of the karakia for all of us here?
Like read the English part out?
Yes, please.
Okay, so basically this means I invoke the life force, the land, and the heavens, that force of both realms that resides in me is that which brings light from darkness. May this life force be bestowed upon us all. Come together as one, gather together as one. We are one. So I can share the PowerPoint. Just give me 2 seconds.
And do you know why we do karakia, Nazat? We're doing it as it is. We are trying to incorporate more Mātauranga Māori into the University of Auckland.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. That's like similar with the recent news that they're gonna involve Maori culture in foreign affairs of New Zealand as well. Yeah.
No, really good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
This is why we use karakia.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever done one actually, so that's cool.
I did great.
Sweet. Okay, yeah, we'll get started on the study workshop. Oh. Okay. Okay, so to start off, we've got the whole like organizing your day thing. I think this is really important because like if you're like me a little bit and like to procrastinate, sometimes getting started later is a little bit, can like throw off everything that you need to get done for the day. And if you can like start earlier and get everything done, then you can like have the end of the day to be able to like, do fun stuff and just like relax and then prepare yourself for the next day. So like writing out what you have to do, and like having a to-do list just to like make sure you've got everything like that you need to do in one place and you can check them off as you go, see what you still need to do, what you kind of maybe need to shuffle around a little, everything like that. Also I think making your to-do list realistic is really important. I've like had a big thing of just like writing heaps of stuff down and then getting maybe 3 of them done and going like, why, what's happening? But like, yeah, I think just making sure that you're aware of like your like capabilities, your like how much time you can put into studying in a day, like how much time you need to rest. I think it's quite a personal thing as well. Yeah, so
yeah, awesome. So I find that I can get sort of overwhelmed when I've got a lot of uni work to do with all the readings and all the assignments and all the quizzes and everything that comes hand in hand with uni. So I find that sort of giving myself 5 minutes if I'm feeling overwhelmed, maybe listening to some calming music or doing a mindfulness exercise or something like that, just to sort of ground me a little bit and sort of put things in perspective. So I'm not sort of just drowning in my assignment. I can sort of step back and be like, no, it's all right. I can take a break and I'll be able to finish it all. It's been really helpful doing that. Also, watching my favorite TV show when I need to take a break is very good. Like I'll be working on an assignment and maybe after doing a couple of hours, I'll watch maybe 15 minutes of my favorite TV show or something, have a little snack, and it just sort of distracts me a little bit. And it's important to take really frequent, well, not really frequent, but sort of, take breaks when you need to. If you're sort of sitting there and you're not really focusing, you're not really getting anything done, maybe it's a good idea to sort of take a break. You can just calm down and come back to it with a fresh mind.
Yeah, so yeah, on taking breaks, I think just obviously, the human brain is not made to be working 24/7. Sometimes you get distracted, sometimes you're just sitting there and like you're trying your best, but it's just not working. And I think at that point, it's like not really worth just like pushing yourself through it, because you're probably not going to be learning as much as you can. It's not the most efficient use of your time. So just like, yeah, just making sure, I think it's a lot about like listening to your body and like your mind, just when you need a break. And some people can like study for larger blocks, other people can't. So again, I think that's like a really personal thing. You just have to like learn how to listen to your own body. Yeah, do you want to?
Yeah, sure thing. So revision and note taking, I feel works differently for everyone. Personally, this is sort of stuff that works for us, like sort of take your notes and break them into different bits of information and put them into questions, and then you can answer them and make summary note documents so you can go over everything or do past exams. But really it depends on what kind of study works for you. Like some people like to sort of have it read to them, some people like to read, some people like to sort of talk to other people and explain what they're learning about, and that can help them sort of remember things. I think it's really important to sort of understand your learning style. Like you need to figure out whether you like listening to things. Like personally, I find it really hard to sort of sit through and read all my reading, so I like to do the read aloud option, and I'll sort of have the document read to me and I'll follow along. And that really helps me sort of memorize and retain a lot more than I would if I was just reading through the document. So that's worked for me. So it's important to sort of figure out what kind of revision works for you and what will help you remember everything better.
Yeah, I think that sort of stuff also really helps, especially with the like art subjects that are quite heavy with massive readings, like finding a way to like get your brain to like retain as much information from those readings as possible, because like sometimes they're like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously this sort of stuff is like really important, but I feel like for uni students gets neglected a lot. But yeah, so obviously just making sure that like you're keeping on top of like drinking water to get like as much like keep your circulation really well, and like going for walks, even if it's just like a little bit, I feel like it is beneficial. And sleeping, that's the worst one for uni students, I think, like not getting a good night's sleep. And like I'm even bad for it. I just like sometimes it's just such a struggle to go to sleep on time, but it really helps, I think, the next day.
So I struggle with procrastination a little bit. It's I really try and stick to a plan because I procrastinate, but I get more stressed the longer I leave stuff. So it's sort of just this awful cycle. So I try and just put my phone in a different room and leave someone and be like, okay, you have to look after my phone, and if I want it you have to not give it to me because I have no self-control whatsoever. So I sort of try and put all my distractions somewhere else, like everything's muted and I don't have to hear anything, I can just focus. I set a goal for myself as well. So if I'm like wake up feeling unmotivated, I'll be like, okay, I'll watch one lecture and then maybe I'll do a bit of work and I'll come back to it and sort of space it out. Like I won't force myself to do 6 or 7 lectures in one day if I'm just not feeling it, because I won't get through it. So I'll sort of be like, okay, I'll do maybe 2 now and have a break, and then I'll come back and do maybe 1.5 or something like that. And that sort of system works for me. Like you can balance it out. You don't need to suddenly get everything done in a short period of time. You can space it out. And then I thought this was really cool, the 3-minute rule. So if you really don't feel like doing something, you force yourself to do it for 3 minutes, and then usually you're able to do it for longer. I find that really works for me when I just have no motivation.
Yeah, I think also like I also procrastinate a lot, but it kind of gets to the point where like I do end up getting behind. So I think we were talking about this earlier, like something that I find really good is like the week before uni starts, like going through all the stuff, like doing like all the like prep work you can the week before, and then being prepared for the next week, and then being able to do the week after's prep week during that week when you have time. And then like slowly by the end of the year you'll probably get to the point where you're like finishing stuff like just before, but at least you like give yourself that leeway to be able to like do stuff a little bit later sometimes, and like means you stay on top of things a lot longer. Motivation also, yeah, so I think another thing leading on from procrastination is the getting started early so you can take bigger breaks and time off. Like that really helps me. And then, wait. Oh yeah, so like going out and like doing, so like going out to study, like going out maybe with friends, having a little study group. Like if you don't want to do it, maybe go do it with someone else, and it might seem a little bit more like manageable and a little bit more appealing. Yeah, so I think also maybe just like having some little snacks there, like if you are really struggling with motivation, and then just like I guess maybe giving yourself like some rewards for doing the stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah, awesome. So that sort of wraps it up. I'll do a closing karakia, and then maybe we can talk about what works for us and sort of bounce some ideas off of each other. So let me just open up the karakia.
Really? We normally talk about the tips and tricks, and then we use the karakia to close the space.
Oh, okay. So not after the presentation. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about that first, and I'll do that at the very end. Then sorry about that.
Yeah, so do you have any study tips and tricks that like, because I feel like we're also uni students, we're all like open to hearing new stuff.
I have got a couple. First, the one thing I find extremely important is you need to look, when you're looking at the grade rubrics, you need to look at the proportion of marks. It can be way too easy to spend 5 hours on a 5%, an assignment with 5%, and then only have 1 hour left to do a 20% one. So please look at your marks and see and try to organize your time. I am guilty of I am really guilty of not I'm spending too much time on something that's worth only a small portion of marks, and not doing enough time on an assignment worth a lot of marks. So this is an important tip that I need to do. And another one, which may sound rather silly, is just hug a tree if you can, or sit under a tree when maybe studying. Just being one with nature is a one thing that would be may help you with your studies. Instead of being stuck in a room, maybe go outside, sit under a tree, and do your notes, take your notes, do your readings there. Wouldn't recommend it in the rain, but definitely in the sun. Do you have anything to say, Nazarat? Do you have any tips and tricks?
Yeah, usually when I'm making my weekly study plan, actually I have to work as well. So I start my day at 6 o'clock, and till 10 o'clock I'm just doing like a workout, my readings, open readings that I have, newspaper, these things. And after 10 I'm just till 5 o'clock I'm just focusing on my university lessons, university assignments, such like I made them like a timetable, so I can manage these all. And among these all, between as you have breaks, I noticed that I need to add a break. I learned from this workshop, after each 50 and 40 minutes, at least we should have 10 minutes break. So I will add that one as well, because most of the days when I reading a lot, I'm sitting in library for 4 hours and I'm really tired, and for the rest of the day I have no energy, no motivation. And that's the reason that makes me demotivated for the rest of the day. Yeah, I need to add that one as well. And then I have a lunch break, and then after that I'm focusing on another subject. So each day I'm focusing on 2 subjects, and I will review them based on my timetable. And then at the end, as I'm doing Uber as a part-time job, So by night, I'm doing Uber. Sometimes it's getting late, like till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. But it does affect on my sleeping as well and my upcoming day as well. So I learned from this workshop to manage my sleep and my work as well. Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little hard, like having the commitments to do other stuff as well to get like a good night's sleep and keep exercising. But yeah, I guess just like trying as like much as you can. Like obviously everyone has their own stuff going on. Yeah, like I also work like my Monday is like a 5 a.m. start, and I cannot say that for the rest of that day like I do much other than that. Like it does get really like hard to actually keep going if you're tired. So yeah, I guess just like taking a little easy, like cut yourself some slack, I guess, if you have other stuff to do. I think also Alicia's point of like checking how much the assignments are worth and like putting in the like amount of time, I guess, like that
Yeah,
matches
that's really
what
helpful. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But on that also, I think like reading the like marking rubric, like finding out what exactly they're looking for and what exactly they're going to give marks for, because I think at the start of my thing, I just looked at the question and I was like, okay, I guess I'll just answer the question. But I didn't go in and like actually look at what they were looking for. And that kind of means that you lose some like quite easy marks that you could have gotten just from like adding some other stuff that you just didn't think to add. So yeah, just make sure like, especially at the end when you're reading over and about to submit, just like read through, keeping the like marking rubric next to it, going like, okay, have I done everything in here? So like try find everything in the marking rubric in your assignment. And I feel like that also helps making sure that you get the best grade you can.
Definitely.
Right.
And also when you have your drafts of your assignment, also get someone to proofread them just to make sure all your grammar is correct and if they have any suggestions such as maybe that could improve the like review essay or essay, take their advice. And another thing is utilize your tutors and lecturers' office hours. This is really important. Most of the time they have their Zoom link up and they're just waiting to have someone to talk to. They are not scary. Please use the office hours.
Yeah, they're even good like for things if you've started your assignment and you're not sure if you're going in the right direction, they can kind of pinpoint like areas where you might be going a little bit off track. Like if you do it quite early and they kind of know, and obviously they're not going to tell you what grade your assignment's going to get, but they can like kind of pinpoint areas that you might need to elaborate more on, or like areas that you don't need to go so in depth in. And it's like a lot of like really valuable feedback that most students just don't like know you can get. So yeah, just definitely make sure you utilize that.
Right, this is one of like I have two weaknesses in my study plan. One is like taking notes, and the other one is like I have no friends here. I just moved to New Zealand in late 2019, just before COVID, and obviously like making friends in uni when you are in library and when you are away from social activities, you know, that's like really hard. And like you can't bother someone in order to make them friend in library because they are studying too. Yeah. So yes.
Okay. Have you heard of the Arts Plus Mentors Buddy Up program?
Yeah, I have a buddy as well. I applied for that one. I think he is also a student, and I spent 2 hours time with him, and he was like also working on his assignment, and I was working on my assignment. I was not feeling comfortable in order to interrupt him. And you know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also like another way to make friends, like I honestly, I can't really talk either. Like I have literally one friend, like one actual friend at uni that I made at uni, and the rest are from high school, just because like I also started online, and making friends over Zoom is impossible. Like I would not even try. It's just not. But yeah, so there was like a short amount of time where we went back in person, and like this person was in one of my classes, but other than that, like, you know, like class acquaintances, like I'll do assignments with them, but like no one else. So I think like another good place to like meet people is clubs. Like I'm sure someone's probably said that to you before, but um even if it's just one, just because sounds like you have a pretty full timetable, but like maybe like a club that does something that you're maybe interested in. Like for me, it's a lot of the outdoor clubs, like rock climbing and hiking, and stuff. They do require a bit of time, but there are other like more social clubs. I think there is like a business club, and I'm sure there's an arts club and stuff like that. So that's kind of just more of like a social element and like getting people together for study groups, I think, as well. So maybe have a look into like joining clubs as a way to I guess like meet new people.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I found that I when we went back in person, I think it was last year, we had like a week or so in lockdown, and we went back. We had uni in person after that. My goal was to meet people, and so I would sit next to random people in my lectures and just start conversations. And I made a couple friends that way, and we still sort of talk, but it is tricky over Zoom. You can also I found friends through a breakout room in a tutorial. You just sort of get chatting, and like I don't know if we'll be friends when we go on campus, whether we're going to talk again, but like, you know, if you don't have time to join clubs and that sort of thing, you can just, you know, start a chat with someone in the tutorial and see if you click, or, you know, when we go in person, just try and chat to someone. And a lot of people at uni are willing to sort of make friends, and they're probably in the same boat. You know, we've been online for ages, and they're probably happy to make friends as well. So if you wanted to give that a go, that worked out for me.
Yeah, definitely. I will try them as well.
And are you also interested in helping out a theatre company? I know that the German drama company are looking for people to help out in their crew for their upcoming drama performance in midterm break, not midterm break, the intersemester break.
Intersemester break. It's like a German club?
Yes, it's a German drama company, so it's a theatre group that does plays in German.
Okay.
You don't need to know German, because it's mainly just helping out with props or maybe doing some front of house, or helping out with setting up the stage or packing out.
Oh, okay, right. How can I get in touch with them?
Oh, maybe you can give me your details in the chat, and I can send it to the director and producer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been a member. This is my second year as a member of this of the company, and they are really good.
Is that enough? Like my name and my email address?
Just name and email is fine for now.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And also, I'm more interested to know about this program, and also about you guys, because I think we had no introduction at first, or maybe I was late.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm Julia. I'm doing a global studies commerce conjoint degree, and my majors are international politics and international business and relations, and finance and logistics on the commerce side. And for global studies, my language is German.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm Millie. I'm doing a double major in politics and international relations and psychology. And I'm in my second year at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm Alicia. I'm doing a BA in Classics and Ancient History in German, plus a diploma in languages in Maori and Italian, and a certificate in languages in Italian and French. And I'm in my third year of what will probably be 4.5 years of study.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. My name is Nas, and I'm doing politics and IR, same as Melly. I'm gonna take psychology in my next semester.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, and as I said, I just moved to New Zealand late 2019. I have done another bachelor's back overseas, and that's Bachelor of Social Science. And it was like a double major faculty, and I have done that one in with majors of archaeology and anthropology. And I have worked alongside of my university with ISEC International Platform, and my recent designation was a VP of ISEC on my local committee. By VP, I mean Vice President of.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And where are you from?
I'm from Afghanistan.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's impressive, Vice President. Yeah, you should definitely get involved in some form of like clubs, and like, because you can get those positions through there and then like organize a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly like what you're interested in, but there are so many different clubs. Like there's like so many. Any interest you have, there's probably a club for it. So just like have a look through the list.
Yeah. Even we have ISEC here in our University of Auckland as well as a club, but we have it like that's a universal youth platform. So it's like 124 countries, and I'm alumni for that platform. So I worked for 4 years, and I was in leading position as well. So I worked in a leading position for 1 year. So now I'm just alumni. So even I can join another club, or maybe I will just organize my own club if possible, but not in the first year. Maybe.
Fair enough.
That's fair. Just kind of get like a little into the like groove of things with uni, and then see what comes of it.
Right.
You might be interested in the public policy club if you're doing politics. I did it last year. I was co-lead something or other. I can't remember the position title, but you sort of look at current topics in politics, and you'll sort of do Zooms with people and sort of educate people on what's going on and what all the parties are thinking on different topics and different problems. I think you'd be really interested in that if you want to give that one a go.
Right. I'm just looking for something like empowers me and also support me towards my studies. This is what I'm looking for. That's why I joined some clubs, marketing zones, they were just recruiting other stuff, but I was connecting their values to the values of my study zone. They were not know much, so that's why I didn't join that clubs. Yeah, public policy would be the best option. I will have a look over there.
Yeah, do you want me to type it in the chat?
Yeah.
Awesome. I can see if I can find, if you just search up clubs, you'll be able to find it on the uni website. You can just have a look at it, applying for it. I cannot spell. Let me try that again. Here we go.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
I also have a look to see if there's an anthropology or archaeology society here in the university.
Right.
And you even
Jane Salmon used to be in charge of that.
Yeah, Jane Salmon used to be in charge of that. And you, even though you focused more on the social sciences in your degree, you might be interested in the Hellenic, Egyptian and Roman Antiquities Association. They're the Classics and Ancient History Association here, and you might be interested due to you've been studying archaeology when in your previous degree. You might be interested in the more ancient history side of the association.
Right.
I'll type it in.
But also,
It's really good.
After this Zoom, this chat will go away. Okay, I'll just copy paste in a Word document or what?
Just copy and paste in a Word doc. Or notes, that's good. How often are the public policy clubs meetings? Millie, how often are the public policy clubs meetings?
I'm not actually sure because I did it over Zoom last year. So it was sort of, we usually have a couple of events per semester when I was in it last year. I can have a look. I think you just had to take part in a couple of events per semester. So you'd go on campus and you'd sort of do a presentation. I'll do it over Zoom while we're while we're not in uni. Have a look. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've made any changes this year. I think it depends what position you're in, but I'll post some of the information on here so you can have a look. Here we go.
Actually, also, I noticed something in arts group, University of Auckland, as I found this Zoom link over there as well. One of the admins called Eleanor, she posted a volunteer program, which is in University of Auckland Museum. Like,
yes.
So I'm asking that one, is it helpful for my degree as well or not? So I was like keep thinking since yesterday and Jim about it. So shall I join or shall I send my CV or details to them or not?
I think it's also full time. It's also a lot of hours. So be careful. You might end up getting overwhelmed.
Oh. Actually, they mentioned over there like it's one whole day
For 6 months.
for 6 months, right?
So if you're studying, doing Uber and doing museum and work,
it will be like really hard, right?
It's really hard, and you can't afford to as it is too expensive.
Right. Also, is it okay like if I ask some other related question regarding my accommodation? Maybe you have an idea about that.
Yes, you can.
Actually, I wanted to be or just get accommodation from University of Auckland. So there, like I will be like more feel free in order to study when I'm in a place where everyone is a student and everyone is studying, and by looking at them, you get motivated. Because I'm just living far away, like not far away. I'm living in Mount Roskill at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And like if I take back, it will take like 40 minutes, and Again, when I'm coming back, it will take like 40 minutes. And if you add waiting hours to it, it will be like 2 hours per day going on transportation. And even if you are in bus, you can't fully concentrate on your reading. I tried to manage it as I was supposed to read my textbook on bus because it's like 40 hours, 40 minutes, sorry. But I couldn't reach that because it's like you need to fully put your full attention to that. That's why I applied for, I didn't apply, I went to accommodation center in just in front of OGGP.
Yeah.
And they said the application is closed. This is the first problem that I'm dealing with. And the other problem that I'm dealing with is like the study link. They are not supposed to give me like the study or student allowance because I haven't spent my 3 years of residency in New Zealand. Yeah. So any idea, any alternatives in order to be and live with students?
Applications. What year?
I honestly don't know a lot about this just because I do live in Auckland and like I'm literally living with my parents at the moment still. But I have seen like some stuff around where it's not like official like University of Auckland accommodation, but it is like student accommodation. It's like places that want like they want to be like renting to students, but they're not like officially under the University of Auckland. I'm not sure. You maybe have a look at something like that if the applications for uni halls are closed. If not, then maybe I feel like I'm not sure how often the applications open, but they might be open.
Yeah, they'll be open for semester 2 for accommodation.
Yeah.
So they're closed for semester 1, but for semester 2, they will open up.
Yeah. So oh, sorry, you go.
And ring Ask Auckland and ask them what day does applications for accommodation open for semester 2.
Yeah, if you wanted to look at accommodation options through the university, I'll just send a link on the chat. So that's sort of, you can go into a hall where it's catered for, or there's self-catered ones. So you'd be either, if you wanted to look at some options there, if you wanted to have, if you wanted to apply for next semester staying in halls, have a look at there and see if it's
because there's also heaps of different options. Like I know, not from experience, but from like people that have been in halls. Yeah, there's like first year only halls. There's like later year only halls. Like I think there's like a lot of different things. So just have a look through them and kind of find out which one might be best for you. And then also, yeah, I'd say like asking like people like Ask Auckland and stuff, because they'll be the ones that know a lot about like when that stuff opens and everything like that.
Right.
And also, once you've been in a hall, the following year you can also apply to be a resident advisor for the students. So you'll get discounted accommodation fees.
Oh, that's really cool. Yes.
But yeah, also I'm not sure. I think with the study link thing, I think study link is pretty like set in like their own thing. So as pro, I don't think we can help with that. Like that's just like
I tried a lot. A lot, and I noticed that only I can help myself, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe also have a look at some like scholarships and stuff. They sometimes have like accommodation support and stuff like that. Yeah,
I will have a look over that as well. And also like I'm in need of a friend who is native English speaker. You know what, when it comes to like tutorials, when it comes to like discussions, I have full knowledge of what discussion is about, but I don't have the vocabulary of and the terminology, to use them in a like in an academic way. Whenever I'm just discussing about an issue, I'm discussing the issue in a general language, not in academic language. But like my classmates and other, they will think like he doesn't know what's going on, like in a general way. And using terminology, sometimes I forget to use exactly what word and where. So most of the time I use like a general everyday word or everyday vocabulary when it comes to discussions in class. That's why I feel like a bit, I need to work on it. And it's like I think it needs more practice with someone from the same academy in order to discuss with them. Like,
I have a couple of pieces of advice. Number one, listen to the radio and watch television and movies frequently in English. That will help you with your English. And I also have the same problem, even though I'm native level. Or sometimes my brain knows what it's saying, but the mouth just absolutely just buffers. But but there are also a couple of places where you could also do with regarding uni. First is there's the English language enrichment. They do some writing in English workshops. They've got some language advice, and they also do learning groups where you can actually talk to native speakers. And I'll just paste a couple of links. There it is. Yeah. And the next resource is libraries and learning services. They also have a lot of information that will help you improve your English skills.
right.
Mm-hmm. It's not just the library, it's also a lot of other things.
Mm.
And this is more, how is your essay writing skills?
Actually, I have done one expository essay, and I'm really good in my academic English 101 class.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look up everything in libraries and learning services. Also listen to a lot of radio, watch a lot of movies and TV shows, and look at the English language enrichment, or ELA, especially like the Let's Talk to Locals groups.
Right. Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone have anything else to say? No.
Not that I can think of. I was just going to say, I was trying to think of a club that's sort of quite casual you could go to just for socializing. And there's a pool club. So do you like playing pool?
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, I can send you a link to them. They do like casual meetups, so they'll meet up and play pool, and it's just a nice sort of casual thing that you can go to whenever you want, just to socialize with people and you're doing a fun activity in a fun environment. So I've got a sign up link for you, so I'll just send it in the chat there. Yeah, I don't think you have to, I think you have to pay probably a really small amount. You can just turn up to whatever ones you want. You don't have to go to every meeting. I'll pop that
Right.
there. Yeah, it says $6 for each casual event. So if you just wanted to go to maybe one or two, and I think, I'm not sure if there's any other payments you have to make, but if you wanted to turn up, $6 for a night with socializing with people. So yeah, it might be fun.
Yeah.
I've also posted a link to the Facebook page of the Hellenic Egyptian and Roman Antiquities Association. And yeah, it's $10 a year to join HERA.
Okay.
I think we're almost out of time now, so would you like to do the closing karakia, Millie?
Yep, sure thing. I'll just load it up. Hold on. Awesome. Oh, sorry, my computer's having a moment. Give me a second. Yeah. Awesome. Whakairia ai te tapu, kia watia ai te ara, kia turiki whakataha ai, kia turiki whakataha ai, huie taikia.
Yeah. And would you like to say the meaning of this karakia, Millie?
Yeah, so it means release us from this realm to walk our paths safely. Set it beyond us, far beyond us, all as one, it is done.
No, so Nazareth, if you have any questions, please feel free to talk to Arts Plus. Cool.
Okay.
We're all here for you. We're all this big support system for students.
Okay, thank you very much. And how to be in touch and join the other meetings? Shall I just follow the arts group club or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries, lovely to meet you. Take care.
Lovely to meet you. See ya.
Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, good luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.